The bastard's tale is what happens when you try to make a game like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, where the focus is on the challenge, but you forget to add anything that makes those games actually rewarding to play. There's no story to be had. Not like Dark Souls has a story that you slowly unwind through play. No, it has nothing. It drops you in as a guy in a suit of armor, killing his way through this peaceful-looking village with no rhyme or reason. There's no sense of progression. You can't level up stats or anything like that. The whole goal is just to get to the end of the level, and you would expect something to happen at the end, but it really doesn't. It just throws you into the next one. And there's no good music, no good set pieces. The bosses are pretty lame. Just overall, Bastard's Tale is just kind of a dick of a game to play. I can see some people that would love it. The same kind of people that beat the Souls games with bananas and DK bongos, but for an average person, I don't think the challenge is going to be worth the grind, I would say. So the gameplay, you attack and block in 3 directions, up, left, and right. Your enemies do the same. You have to hit them where they're not blocking, and you have to block their attacks in the direction that they attack you. Only problem with that is, as you can see, the character models are all small and not very well animated. So a little bit later on, you get into these situations where you can't tell what direction, if they're attacking left or right. So it's kind of a crapshoot, especially when they're going fast. It's like, am I going to be right? Am I going to be left? And if you're wrong, you just take a bunch of damage. Your guy is super slow, and you attack slower than most enemies that come your way. It's got these kind of bowls here. Or every level so far has something that charges you, and you have to hit them at the perfect time in order to not take any damage from them. And when there's a stack of 2 or 3, if you mess up the timing on the first enemy, then you take damage from all 2 or 3 of them. And since there's only 1 health potion in each level, it's kind of frustrating to try and like right there, if I had taken damage from that first bowl, I would have taken damage from all 3 of them, and there's like 3/4 of my health gone. And so, I don't know. It's very frustrating. And I'm not one to normally shy away from challenging games. Like, I've beaten, with the exception of Sekiro, because that game is kicking my ass at the moment, but I've beaten every FromSoft game that's come out and really enjoyed them. That's because it's not just challenging, it is also rewarding in its challenge. It gives you something to work towards. It gives you a way to improve yourself so that what you're having trouble with might not be as difficult. This game doesn't do that. It just throws you in there, tells you to knock yourself out, which, again, like I said, there are going to be some people who love this kind of thing, and I can already imagine some people watching this video and being like, well, yeah, the challenge is the point, and it doesn't need to be easy. And I'm not saying it needs to be easy. I'm just saying it needs to be better. It's not super fun. It's hard to recommend to anybody, and it's a $5 game. So see there, I couldn't get the timing right to stop any of the other attacks. I got hit with the first bowl. That one I could have sworn I hit, but what are you going to do? That's another thing that's kind of a pain in the ass. As you saw in the intro there, the hitboxes are all fucked for everybody, for you and for the bad guys that you're fighting. So stuff that you know you dodged, you get hit by, or your sword just goes right through them, or their stuff just goes right through your block, or you dodge and then you still get hit, or all that stuff. So as a concept, the game is okay. Just a simple side-scrolling Dark Souls. But then even there's other side-scrolling Dark Souls games like Salt and Sanctuary, or others. I can't think of one off the top of my head. I want to say Hollow Knight, but Hollow Knight's more a Metroidvania. But Salt and Sanctuary is the closest one I can think of, and that game has it balanced where it's fun and rewarding, but also challenging, and there's a reason to what you're doing. There's no reason to this game. So, unfortunately, I couldn't even get through the second stage. I'm sure I could if I kept trying, but I don't really want to. There's no incentive to keep trying, and there's no, like, no point in playing. Like, even this boss right here, this big black knight, he's way cooler than you are. He's better than you. He has a cooler sword. Why isn't he the main character? I don't know. Hey, the game is a bastard. That's all I can really say to try this. So, not stuff to talk about because it's kind of a meh game. But if you want a really challenging game that doesn't offer you anything in the ways of story or motivation to play or fair gameplay, then maybe check this one out. But if you're a sane person, then I would probably miss this one. And I will catch you guys in the next video.